afternoon in North St. Paul as we get set for the State Class AA Girls Soccer Quarterfinals on CCX, Stillwater, and Champlin Park. From North High School in North St. Paul, John Jacobson along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, it's a first for Champlin Park, the #1 team in the state, coming in unbeaten, and the first ever state tournament appearance in the program's 27-year history.
It's a big year for them. They've had a great year. They got 17-0-1 record. We covered them against Roseville in the section championship. They played very well. Solid team, good on defense. Moved the ball around well. They had a little trouble scoring against Roseville, but that's because they had a pre-event defense of 9 players. But they managed to get the winning goal in 1.5 minutes to go in the match.
For Stillwater, they're back to the state tournament for a second straight season. Very solid season for the Ponies, 16-3 on the year. #3 ranking at the end of the season with the coaches poll, but an unseeded team in the state tournament matched up randomly here with the Rebels. But I think similar style to what Champlin Park plays. This is going to be a very good match between two very skilled and good defensive teams.
That's what we look forward to. Both teams having good defense, move the ball well, control it. Look for them to see how they break through the defense. That's going to be the key for both teams for this match.
I mentioned at the top the wind. It's not a question of if it's going to be a factor, Sig. It's how much is it going to be a factor and who can play best in or against that wind.
You're right. It'll be a major factor because it's blowing pretty hard, probably about 20 miles an hour and gusting up to about 30, 35. And it's coming from right to left, so it'll be the big challenge to the goalkeeper getting those high kicks off, because that ball's going to hit that air and it's going to drop right down to the turf.
First of 2 quarterfinal round matches here tonight. The second one pits Minnetonka against Maple Grove. We'll take time out. We'll start this one though. Stillwater and Champlin Park from North St. Paul High School, live on CCX next.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Cloudy afternoon, but the rain has moved out. Temperature in the low 40s. A strong wind out of the north-northwest as we get ready for Stillwater and Champlin Park. State Girls Soccer here on CCX. We'll also be televising Maple Grove Minnetonka that follows this match. The winner of these 2 matches will play each other next week inside, Sig, out of the wind, out of the cold. At U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Look at the Pony starters for tonight's match. Good team, good mix of sophomores, juniors, and seniors. An equal mix, actually. Half a dozen of each that will suit up tonight for Coach Mike Huber. His daughter Lexi Huber's had an outstanding season. Number 16, you see her there. Has been their top scorer at like Champlin Park, a team that we've covered a few times this year. Very balanced scoring attack. Malia Brady, a goalkeeper for Champlin Park, and a very solid defensive unit that they have this year as they get set for the start of this one. Megan Carlson, number 17 there, middle of your screen, scored the only goal in that section final win over Roseville. And so we are underway, Sig. You can't tell at home, but the wind in this first half is behind the back of Stillwater, and so presumably the advantage to the Ponies here in the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, you would think so. The disadvantage would be to Champlin Park kicking into that strong wind.
Carlson getting a foot on it. Key is to keep those passes low, right? You can't get them too much air under them or they're going to be knocked right back down. That's what the players you can do are doing already here in the first minute of play. Huber, short pass.
They already figured that one out. Here goes one sailing down. That's the advantage for Stillwater. They can get a ball and it'll travel well down the field.
Out of play. We get a throw in here for the Rebels. Cleared back out. see the ball sailing up into the stands on the far side, and we'll get a throw in here for the Rebels, a little farther down, right in front of the Stillwater bench. Too high for Carlson and played out by Stillwater. And so about 10 more yards further down. We'll do another throw in. Stop the clock momentarily to get to another ball ready for play. They're going to have ball keepers in the stands, I think, tonight.
I think so, too. Anything high is going to end up in the top row here.
Stillwater controls. They get it up to the midfield just a little bit off of the foot of Sophia Steble and down to the Rebels end where it's played by Lindsey Carlson, junior defender, out. And over the touchline, we get a throw in for the Ponies.
That time Rebels choosing to place the ball over the touchline.
Another throw in for Stillwater. Header back toward the middle of the field. Rebels turn it back and then sent back down by Haley Nelson of Stillwater. Middle of the field, trying to play it to her left was Grace Marshallek, intercepted, broken up and sent them back ahead by Maya Elizondo, the midfield. Again, the Stillwater Ponies advance it. Rebels roll it out. They'll get a throw in for Stillwater. Rachel Fulden will put it in play. Header, ball knocked down, and then cleared back ahead to midfield and out. Off the foot of Lauren Gauthier. Stillwater throw in, gets headed by Champlin Park. Kick back to the middle of the field. Marshallek got a foot on it. Now the Ponies trying to make a run up the left side as Johnson put it ahead, touched by Steble and out of play. We'll get a throw in from the near side here for Stillwater. So,
and as predicted, the ball went up into the stands.
Yeah. And Dringa putting it in play, kicked back out by Marshallek. Stillwater will do it again. This time it's Sophia Lundgren. Turning and putting it down deep on that left side is Hubert, played out by the Rebels. And a throw it a little deeper for Steble.
Opportunity here for the Ponies.
Nice little give and no go there with Huber, and then it is out off of Stillwater, and so we get a goal kick. And Malia Brady, the senior goalkeeper for Champlin Park. The seniors really excited about being in the state tournament for the first time in school history, and so many of these girls have played since sophomore or freshman years, some of them, and getting an opportunity to play at state for the first time.
As I was saying, it's a big year for Champlin Park, first time in the section championship and now into the state tournament. So, and they've earned it. They've played really well. Takeaway here by the Ponies.
Nice little footwork there by Amelia Bartosh. And then a takeaway. Nice job by Gauthier to play it away. And up toward midfield, out of way off the foot of, no, it stays in on that far side, and Stillwater controls it. They get it back to the Rebel side of midfield, onto the foot of Huber. Huber has it taken away from her by Allie Hardig. And this one will go out. Throw in for Stillwater. Header, ball knocked down by Bartosh. She's going to get back to it again, and we get an offside call. Champlin Park just one tie this season against Maple Grove back in September, but no losses on the season at all for the Rebels. Stillwater controlling again. Put toward the net, across in front, ball is loose, and then played away with Huber dangerously working in front for the Ponies.
Couldn't quite get a foot on that. The ball is, it was hanging loose. Here we see it right in front of the goal area. 16 tried to get to it, but thwarted away.
Gauthier was the defender on Huber there. Rebels shielded Huber away from the ball, but unable to keep it in play and get it to a teammate. And instead, it will be the first corner kick of the match coming up over the end line, and we'll see how the Ponies set up on this set play.
If anything, it should curve in towards the goal area with the wind picking it up, depending on how high it goes.
Excuse me, Sig. Rachel Folden on the corner. Puts it out in front, and Brady goes up and makes the save.
Nice save by Brady, knowing exactly where that ball is going to end up. See a nice corner. No problem.
Stepped right in front of Dara Andringa, who was the forward looking for the header there, just behind her. Rebels advanced as far as midfield, but playing into the wind certainly challenging for Champlin Park here in the first half, as the ball has been mostly on this end of the pitch in the first 7 minutes. Huber on her foot again. Nice takeaway, but played by the Ponies to the middle. Again in front of the net. Cleared by Champlin Park, and now Paige Kalla will get it up and play it out to midfield. Stillwater will throw it back in.
Stillwater applying some good pressure. You can see the wind on the jersey of number 5.
Folden, play it ahead. Cleared away by off the air as we get the whistle and a foul on Stillwater, and a free kick coming for Champlin Park.
Actually, it's the first foul of the match.
Carlson gets taken down. Paige a little bit behind Paige Kalla there, and allows Stillwater to return it to the other end. Here's Steble. It's a takeaway, crossing it to the middle, broken up. It was Elizondo got a foot on that. Now it's back onto the foot of Andringa, marked up by Marshallek, and booted by Kalla. Out of danger, at least momentarily. CJ Fredko played it down to the middle. Now it's all the way to the right side, and couldn't get the cross that time. And it's out of play. They get a goal kick for Champlin Park again. I got Mike Huber, 8th year as head coach here at Stillwater. Was with the Cretin-Derham Hall for 13 years. 8th year here at Stillwater. As I mentioned, back-to-back state tournament appearances for the Ponies. After having not made it for several years. A good group of players the last couple of seasons especially to break through and get to the state tournament. The Eastridge in their section final. Now the goal kick for Brady. That gets knocked down by Bartosh. Is Huber trying to turn with it. Went too far. Now it's played to the right side. And out of play off the foot of Lindsay Carlson. Quick throw in for Stillwater.
Stillwater doing a real good job of these takeaways, winning the one-on-ones. Champlin Park defense hanging in there again.
Comes to Carlson. Missed on the pass all the way down right side. You get Marissa Bonilla can't catch up to it, and we get a throw in for Champlin Park. Header by Hardig, out of play, throw in Stillwater. The pass gets deflected by the Ponies, and the Rebels gain control again momentarily, and then take away by Andringa. Now she'll drill it toward the net high and out of play.
That's the first shot on goal.
Keith Pavalka, what a job he's done in his first year as head coach. Megan Witchker as assistant. Keith, having spent a number of years at Hopkins, didn't coach last year, but turned what was already a very good team into a championship contender this year. Long shot by Huber, and Brady gets a hand on it and knocks it out of play. Best scoring chance of the match so far, Lexi Huber, 11 minutes in.
So it was a nice shot. Huber turns, takes a shot just a little bit higher than she wanted, I'm sure, and then right to the keeper. Braley doing a good job just poking the ball over the end. Second corner now for the Ponies. Hot shot coming
Drilled
in.
out in front. Brady gets a hand on it and makes the save. Oh, both those corner kicks have been played very well by Stillwater, but Brady has been just a little bit better. Now her goal kick goes off of Julia Sullivan, and Stillwater gets it back. And Dringo will play it up right side onto the foot of Huber. Broken up by Hardig. Stillwater gets it back, race for the ball, and Collins going to get there first here for the Rebels. First chance for them to try to put something together and chip one long in on net. And Hadley Johnson, her first touch on the ball tonight. Sophomore, her and Sydney Gritters. They have played all the goal time this season, both sophomores. Johnson getting the call for much of the season and here in the state quarterfinals. We get a throw in for Champlin Park. Maylee Mathis, number 4, with the assist on the game-winning goal by Megan Carlson in the section final. We'll put this one in play. Gets it to Carlson, draws a double team immediately, and a takeaway by Andringa. She drills it out to midfield. Stopped there by Maya Elizondo. Off to Hardig. And then back to Lindsay Carlson. Pass intended for Kala gets broken up by Andringa. Takeaway by Champlin Park. Trying to get the through ball to Carlson. Ball will roll all the way back to Johnson, who will scoop it up. Went right by the Ponies defender, but nobody there for Champlin Park to make a play on it or make a run on it even. Jim Mathis knocks this one down. Throw in Champlin Park. Bella Thanavong will put it in play. Sullivan and Mathis out for Champlin Park. And in is Izzy Quick and Delaney Johnson. Throw in intended for Quick was too high for her. Cleared out. Header by Marshallek. Middle of the field. And the Rebels will play it back. Gauthier able to squeeze the pass through to Kala. That knocked off the ball and played by Steble down in the Rebels' end. This will roll all the way back to Malia Brady. Brady's goal kick. The whistle. We get a foul whistled here on Andringa as Lindsay Hardig went down. So another free kick here for Champlin Park. Pretty good job with that wind there, playing that down deep.
Yeah, I was going to say that did a pretty good job because that wind just took it right down, but it carried further than I expected. We have a foul now called against Champlin Park. That's that is their first.
15 minutes expired here in the first half. No score. Stillwater, Champlin Park.
Boy, they really get good distance on that free kick.
Now here come the Ponies again. Played through the front and right into the hands of Brady. That one a little too high for Huber to play. Rebels get it back, then chipped ahead by Madeline Purdue, who comes up limping a little bit. We get a whistle and a foul called on Champlin Park again. Right to the front of the net. Now battle between Hardig and Bonilla for it, and Hardig came away with it briefly, and then Bartosh moved in. Rebels get it back though, clear it to near midfield. Haley Nelson there for the Ponies rather, got a foot on it, and the Rebels control again. They'll send it down deep. Too far for Delaney Johnson though. They come back to CJ Fredkove. Plays it out over the touchline. We'll get a throw in for Champlin Park as Johnson will put it in play. Onto the foot of Huber. And a takeaway by Champlin Park.
So now we have a change of the turnovers with Champlin Park winning the 50-50s.
As he quick trying to play it through to Carlson. Shielded off the ball.
I think she shielded a little bit too much.
Carlson named to the All-Metro team. Really good season for her here in 2019.
Yeah, the games we've covered this year, she's been very impressive.
Header at midfield, nicely done by Hardig to try to set up a scoring chance for the Rebels. Carlson gets a foot on it and played out. Last touch by Champlin Park, so it's a throw in for the Ponies. Lundgren puts it in play. Header back toward Lundgren, and she's just going to let it go, and it'll be a goal kick. Nelson will drive it out. Then the header by Andringa. Traps it. Header back by Marshallek. There's 17's battle there. Carlson and Fredkove. Drives it out. Throw in Champlin Park.
Looks like Fredkove's assignment is to watch Megan, number 17.
Header by Johnson out. Throw in for Stillwater.
Again, throwing the ball in quickly, and here comes Stillwater charging again.
Marshallek gets the pass, and it's out of play. So it's actually a throw in here for Stillwater. And that ball went over the touchline. And Dringa's pass. One pass connected, but then the next one gets broken up by the Rebels. Stillwater though, another throw in try. Get it in for Huber, then off her foot. And cleared back ahead by by Gauthier. She'll get another foot on it, clear it out, throw in Ponies. Now into Huber, gets past the defender. Lexi Huber trying to line things up. Marshall got a foot on it to clear it away. Comes to Quick, able to step past Lundgren there and drive it out to midfield. Carlson knocks it down, trying to trap it. Played away from her nicely by Haley Nelson. Rebels get it back again. Quick, just a little too far out in front of Carlson with the pass, and the Ponies get it back.
Carlson tried to redirect that in front of her, but didn't quite get enough on it.
Stillwater now on the attack, and Dringa comes it up the left side. Her pass didn't connect with Steble. Rebels got it. Vanavon gets turned around. Ponies have it now down deep in the corner. Crossing it toward the middle and out front, but it's Kala that has it for Champlin Park onto the foot of Johnson. Played ahead by Purdy. And we get a goal kick coming for Champlin Park.
Again, Stillwater doing a good job on the 50-50s. The other thing that's been impressive on these goal kicks, Stillwater seems to know exactly where it's coming, and they end up with possession.
Like right there, they
like
get
right
a header
there.
back on it, yeah. Pass too far, Sick for Bonilla. We get a throw in for Champlin Park.
Oh, maybe Champlin Park keeper should start thinking about kicking the ball the other direction.
Played out. Stillwater gets a hold of it, and on a bounce, a hard shot right to Brady. Had no problem with that one. Knocked down by Huber on the goal kick. Rebels get it back. Short pass intended for Kala. Didn't get a foot on it to break up what could have been a Stillwater attack. And Rebels can't get to it. It's driven out nicely by Haley Nelson. Gets it strongly all the way down deep into the Champlin Park end. Now Bonilla trying to cross it. Bonilla coming in front. Ball is still loose. Brady knocks it down. We're going to have a corner kick coming for Stillwater. That was a great play defensively for Haley Nelson.
Yeah,
set up Marissa Bonilla here.
Yeah, got in there and messed up that pass. Gives up a corner, but also did not give a good crossing pass in front of the goal area.
Here's Folden setting it up on the corner kick.
It's getting a little tricky. The wind keeps moving the ball. Another nice corner.
High one, ball still loose in front. Not cleared yet, chipped high in the air. Header missed by the Ponies. Sent toward the sideline by the Rebels. Ponies get it again, trying to get to the corner. Out of play goal kick coming for Champlin Park. Look at that again. That one might have gone off the hand there of Marshallek, but it wasn't called.
That was either close or lightly brushed.
Yeah, and Dringa looks like she was calling for it. She saw it, number 4 for Stillwater, but play went on. Brady sends this one out. Collin knocks it down. Played too far for Carlson. And here's Bonilla with it again for the Ponies. Trying to drive on Hardig. Lindsey Carlson gets back into the play. Knocks it out. Throw in Stillwater. Bonilla getting it quickly into play to Andringa. Another throw in.
Stiller doing a great job of ball control and maintaining control down the offensive zone.
Ball played to the middle. Champlin Park and Marshallek able to play it out of danger. Here's Hardig, left side. The pass gets blocked there by Folden. Midfield, and the Rebels on the move. Kala, and offside, Champlin Park.
Yep. They had a good series going there, but just a little bit offside. That was called by assistant referee 1. That's Hazi Ozdemir. AR2 is Justin Leong. 4th referee is Peter Renevers, and our center referee is Cliff Anderson.
Haley Nelson on the free kick, sending it down to the Rebels' end. Champlin Park getting control. Johnson dropped it back out to midfield to Carlson. Avoids one Ponies player. Now trying to play it up for Van Levon. That got broken up. Rebels get it back, and then right to the foot of Nelson. Haley Nelson up the middle of the field. Taken by Lindsey Carlson. Give it away. Here's Huber with it. Good takeaway there by Elizondo. Ponies get it back. Elizondo, a little touch pass on it. And played out toward midfield to Quick. Can't hit Carlson with it as Nelson drives it back. to midfield, trapped by Johnson. Hardig trying to run in on it. And it's off her. Benil will throw it in for Stillwater.
Champlin Park having a tough time clearing their own zone.
Maya Notch in the injured a lot this season, but getting some playing time tonight here in the state quarterfinals. Nice to see for Stillwater. Number 12. Now, Ponies on the move again. We're down under 14 minutes to play here in the first half. Still no score. Much of the play has been at this end of the field with the wind behind Stillwater's back here in the first half of play. We'll see if that changes in the second half when the Rebels have the wind advantage. Now, Ponies getting it closer, a shot away, and it goes wide and out of play. Trying to chip it to the far post, inside the far post, with the wind that can sometimes be your enemy. So
Yes,
it gets
it can.
behind you, but can also carry your shot a little bit as you look at it again. Bonilla advancing it here first.
It takes a left-footed shot. Normally that would hook in there, but it didn't.
Good goal kick by Brady out to midfield. Loose ball, Hardig will try to run it down ahead of Bonilla.
I just want to get that.
Off of Hardig, throw in for Stillwater.
There's no.
Carlson with the takeaway. Megan Carlson for Champlin Park. He gets knocked down, whistle and a foul.
This is the battle for it. Carlson trying to spin around, and then runs into Huber for the collision, and Carlson right away looking at the referee. Yeah, you got to call that one.
Well, then Carlson gave a little push on the way by.
Yeah.
After. So no cards issued, but they did have a little chat with Lexi Huber and Megan Carlson. Look at there's
Yeah,
the play, and then Carlson watch when she gets up. Maybe didn't do much, I guess. But
it may get
let her know that she was there.
Right. That'll get the attention of the referee. They go, okay, I see it this time. I won't call it. Next time I might.
Fred Cove for Stillwater breaks up the attack here for Champlin Park. Ball at midfield. Megan Carlson on her foot, trying to turn back. Chip to the left sideline. There you see the wind took that pass. Marshall was trying to get it to Hardig, and that ball just sailed on her and out of play. A throw in coming for Champlin Park.
Oh, a little over the back.
Carlson got knocked down again. Whistle and a foul on Stillwater.
Getting a little chippy down there. You'll see it again. Just runs into her, gives her a little shove. Nothing flagrant, but they'll call it every time.
Out there playing it on the free kick. Solon can't get a hold of it. It's on a play. Folden throwing it in for Stillwater. Had her up in the air by Sullivan. Out of play. Right back to the Ponies. 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. No score. AA quarterfinal soccer tonight from North High School in North St. Paul. Home of the Polars. Nice facility, Sig, here at North St. Paul. Nice press box for us. And can't do anything about the wind, though.
No, can't. You can't put up a barrier. It'd be nice, but you don't have that. That's a great facility. Nice. The field is in good shape.
Years ago, they moved all of the quarterfinals to a turf field. I think it was a great decision. You never know what conditions are going to be this time of year on a grass field. This turf became more prevalent around the state. Now Stillwater trying to mount an attack here in the final 10 minutes. Had a couple of scoring chances, but Malia Brady's been up to the task. Now Huber trying to create some space, gets a shot away, and Brady dives out and makes the save.
Big save that time by Brady coming out there.
Rebels can't clear. Andringa has it now. She'll chip it toward the net, but wide of the goal, and there'll be a goal kick.
They see it again. Huber takes it. Brady just gets her paws on it. Gets it out of the danger area.
Played by Megan Carlson. Hardig trying to get a foot on it, but it's Stillwater attacking again. We'll get a throw in for Bonilla. Come back to her again. A little pass intended for Folden gets cleared away by Marshallek. Throw in Stillwater. Now here's Paige Kala. Middle of the field behind Sullivan. Carlson catches up to it. Nice job reversing, trying to play it ahead from Maylee Mathis, but again, Haley Nelson has come up with a couple of nice defensive plays, is there to break it up for Stillwater.
Yeah, she's figured out where the passing lanes are, and she's right there to pick it off.
Andringa trying to set up Lundgren on the left side. Lundgren, good battle there with Kala. Off Lundgren, throw in Champlin Park.
That's one of the few throw-ins for Champlin Park in this first half. Stillwater having a huge edge in the throw-in department.
Middle of the field. And whistling a foul on Stillwater.
I think that one came up and hit her in the hand. Good close look there at Cliff Anderson, center referee for this match.
Off the air, driving it deep on the free kick. Knocked down. Chipped ahead here and over the touchline by Lundgren ahead of Mathis. Throw in for Champlin Park. Vanabong will put it in play. Mathis trying to create some space there, but has the ball taken away from her by Andringa. Ball passed back to Lundgren. Knocked out by the Rebels and thrown in by Lundgren. Now Notch with it. Under the foot of Huber to Andringa. And across midfield, here is Marissa Bonilla.
What a nice counter by the Ponies. Get the ball all the way down to the
Puts
other side.
Puts it in front, and the save made by Brady. Yeah, they quickly got from defense to offense, and Bonilla able to put that one on goal.
Good transition to the counter. Rebels coming, they're outnumbered 5-3.
And it comes to Carlson, chippered ahead, trying to get it through to Mathis. Mathis is free, gets a shot away, and diving stop made by Hadley Johnson. First shot on goal for the Rebels tonight.
This nice move by Mathis, number 4. Just could not get any good contact on the ball, so it went right to the keeper. She was trying to get it to the far post. And we saw her a few weeks ago. She's very dangerous out on that right flank.
Look at it again. It's well played by Hardig, and then Carlson getting it ahead. And Nice shot by Matheson Johnson, the save. Stillwater back at the other end. Trying to create some space and get a scoring try, and this one driven well out of play. Again, a couple of times, Stillwater, you want to drive the ball hard, but again, the wind is just taking it way past the net.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get an accurate shot.
Brady's goal kick. Header by Notch. Knocked down by Steble then. Pania and Lindsey Carlson. Off of Lindsey Carlson. Throw in here for Stillwater. A double team on the ball, and then over the end line we get another corner coming for Stillwater.
That's fourth corner for the first half. Champlin Park can't afford to give up too many of these.
Dana Andringo put it out in front. Brady got a hand on it, but then it's in. And Stillwater is on the board. Sophia Steble able to put it in. The junior makes it 1-0 Stillwater.
Like we said, eventually it's going to get trouble here. Bradley got a paw on it, but then we're right to number 21, Steble, and she puts it in right there.
So 1-0 Ponies.
Wait a minute.
Call this one.
It's still on the scoreboard.
This one may be coming back.
Yeah, the referee never went to the center of the field. So I don't know if there was a foul or an offside.
Well, whatever the explanation is, Mike Huber either satisfied or figured he's not going to win the argument regardless. So the goal is off the board. I didn't hear. Let's see what happened here, Sig, or what. Oh, Huber. I'm best guessing maybe they called Huber kind of crashed into the goalie, Brady.
To the keeper, yeah.
Which I didn't see on the initial replay. So
yeah, I didn't either, but the referee did.
I got right there, 16 knocking down Brady, and that was the reason that Brady only got one hand.
Yeah,
she was being knocked down.
All right, because the others, she's been doing such a good job of getting her paws on it.
Well, they'll get another try though. Their fifth corner of the half here. Try to get one that counts here. Stillwater again out in front. That header missed. Another header try by Bartosh won't go. Still loose out in front. Cleared by the Rebels. And the corner kick number 6 will come from the other side. So we had a no goal and some good chances, but we stay at 0-0.
That Stillwater's been knocking on the door.
And Dringa again on the corner, out in front, knocked down by Lindsey Carlson. I think he took that one in the face.
She did. That was taking one for the team.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Saved a goal there, it looked like. Watch her on the far post there. Oh, and that ricocheted off the post.
Right in her face.
In the face. I'm sure that feels pleasant on a 41-degree night.
Yeah, a soccer ball in the face? I don't think so.
Played by Megan Carlson ahead. Stillwater keeping the Rebels tied up here in their own end here in the last few minutes of play.
Champlin Park just now wants to run out that clock and get regrouped because they are back on their heels. You see it again. Wow. Yep. That's got us smart. Back to live.
Now to a minute to play here in the first half. Toward the sideline and played ahead by Fulden. Driven toward the net. That gets blocked by Elizondo. So each of these defenders coming up with big plays here to help their team, along with the goalie Brady. We're going to have another corner for Stillwater, although rush it to the corner. 25 seconds and counting to go in the first half. Line driver in front. Huber missed on the header.
And
So another
foul.
Got a foul call on Stillwater. Final seconds coming off the clock.
And that's going to do it for the first half. See, boy, I tell you, a lot of shots taken to the face.
Everybody's up, everybody's all right, and we are at the end of the first half. Stillwater had a goal for a moment taken away, and so we are scoreless. No score. Champlin Park and Stillwater take time out. More State Girls Soccer from North St. Paul after this timeout.
Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Yeah. Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
North St. Paul, home of the North Polars. Champlin Park and Stillwater here at North High School locked in a scoreless tie in the first 40 minutes of play. Mentioned Stillwater advanced with a section final win over Eastridge. Champlin Park got it done at home against Roseville. Raiders played the Rebels tough throughout. Not a lot of scoring chances or opportunities for Malia Brady in net. Megan Carlson had one there in the first half that was taken away. And then finally, with under 2 minutes to go, second try here for Megan Carlson, able to put it into the back of the net. Bailey Mathis the assist. And the Rebels win their first ever section championship in girls soccer. And here we are in the state tournament tonight. Here are the quarterfinals, or here are the matchups rather in the Class AA. Champlin Park in Stillwater in the first game. Centennial leading Lakeville South 1-0. That game going on at Farmington tonight. In the second game there this evening, Rosemont and Cretin-Durham Hall will be followed here at North St. Paul by Minnetonka versus Maple Grove. And the semifinals coming up Monday, 8 a.m. The winner of this team game will play the winner of Minnetonka Maple Grove. The second semifinal at 10. And then the winners play in the AA Championship Halloween afternoon, 3 p.m. all at US Bank Stadium next week.
Yep, Norman, no win.
No score, Champlin Park and Stillwater. Back with more state soccer after this timeout.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth. without any bread, and kiss them all soundly.
Lights out.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill, bring good home.
No score at Champlin Park, Stillwater. Halftime Class AA girls soccer, #1 team in the state against the unseeded Ponies here. Scoreless through 40 minutes. As you look at some highlights from the first half, where the wind dominated SIG. I don't know if you'd say either team did, although Stillwater definitely had more of the scoring chances with that wind behind them. And Leah Brady and that defense in front of her able to keep it clean for Champlin Park as far as scoring.
I think the big difference in the first half was Stillwater doing such a good job of covering those goal kicks, winning the 50-50s and moving the ball extremely well. Also on defense, playing solid, getting in there, not giving Champlin Park a chance to get too many opportunities.
Lexi Huber had a couple of them, but Malia Brady making save on both of them. This was the goal that was taken away because a foul was whistled, and Brady got knocked down there by Huber, and so the goal was originally credited Steble, was taken off the board, and so we stay at 0-0. There's the shots and the shots on goal in favor of Stillwater, as you could see. Look at the corner kicks, 7 corner kicks in the first half, none for Champlin Park. And so now we'll see if that changes, Sig, when these teams switch ends in the second half of play.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens. I think Champlin Park needs to make an adjustment on their goal kick shots. They're sending it right into the midfield of Stillwater, and Stillwater has just been taken and bringing it right back down into the offensive zone.
We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with the second half of play. Rebels and the Ponies coming up on CCX.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber.
Breathe right into your foot.
Your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Beautiful sunset on a cold fall afternoon in North St. Paul. No score, Champlin Park, Stillwater. CCX continues with our coverage of the Class AA quarterfinals tonight from North High School. Maple Grove and Minnetonka to follow. So we'll find out just how much of an advantage the wind is for Champlin Park as it was for Stillwater in the first half. I think a big thing for them, you saw the numbers certainly favored Stillwater, but no goals. So we're still 0-0, and if they can punch one through in the second half, that it may not take more than one tonight. Champlin Park really just one scoring chance of their own there in the first half by Melee Mathis. And we remain scoreless. Get ready for the second half of play. Teams still huddled under their tents and ready to go here for the second half of play. There's the temperature right now, Sig. 43, feels like 34. I think it feels like even colder than that out there. And we're not even out there. We're inside
yeah,
here.
It feels like 3.4.
Gusts over 40 at time. I knew we were in trouble when I looked at my phone this morning. There was a wind advisory from the National Weather Service.
Right.
Like, oh, I could see the rain was going to move out, but the wind was not.
Well, the forecast was for the winds to die down at sunset, but I don't think that's panning out too well. See the Champlin Park players getting out there, warming up. They're trying to keep warm, jumping up and down.
Yeah, if anything, it looks like the wind's picked up just a touch here to start the second half.
Yeah,
we will see in the second semifinal if it dies down some by then. You know, we've got another hour and 15 minutes or so, presumably, until that happens. See the wind that's blowing right at the back of the Rebels here in the second half. We're ready to go with half number 2. Lexi Huber will put it into play for the Ponies. And 40 minutes to go for a spot at US Bank Stadium. Header by Gauthier back out to midfield for the Rebels. Header by Quick of Champlin Park, trying to get it to Carlson, but couldn't. And on to the foot of Andringa. Pass intercepted at midfield. Hardig playing it ahead for Kala. Paige Kala, and defended nicely by Madeline Purdy, able to take it away from her. Hardig getting it back. Trying to drive it toward the net. That gets blocked. Onto the foot of Mathis. Splits between a couple defenders. Still with it, then lost it. And played away by Fulden.
Good example there of how dangerous Mathis can be. She penetrated about 3 defenders, getting right past them before she was finally knocked off the ball.
Now to midfield, a little too high on the header pass. Champlin Park gets the throw in. Whistle the foul on Mathis here. Lundgren went down, lost her cleat as well, trying to get it back on here. And now it's set to go. Nelson on the free kick. It's knocked down by the wind some, and between 3 players. Rebels moved it ahead briefly, and then Stillwater gets it back. Out on the right side, Bartosh, middle of the field. Up ahead, Carlson gets the header, and played by Fred Cove, but see, it's Kala with it for Champlin Park. Kala trying to step inside of Nelson, can't do so. Out of play, we'll get a throw in for Stillwater. Now Champlin Park throw in. Carlson for the Rebels. This one will go out of play. We'll get our first corner of the night for Champlin Park.
So maybe it does make a difference where the wind is coming from.
Just a little. Paige Kala will set it up on the corner.
Now we get to see Champlin Park's
keeps it low, doesn't get all the way to the goal even. It's played away by Bartosh.
Still our defense picked that one up nicely.
Mathis drive it toward the net, and out to make the save is Johnson.
Hadley Johnson not seeing much activity in the first half. She may be seeing more in the second half with this. The change of the wind and perhaps Champlin Park getting some more opportunities.
Mathis trying to play it through to Carlson, but can't, and all the way back to Hadley Johnson again.
He's a very negative person, so every time I talk to him.
Goal kick by Johnson. Knocked down by Quick. Mathis, nice little switch of fields. Broken up by Stillwater. Now it's on to Collins' foot. Plays it to her left to Quick. Trying to cross it in front. Trying to knock it down, but Stillwater able to clear it away. Here's Huber. Huber taken away. Aggressive play by Harding to step in there, but now it's taken back by Bonilla. Ball gets deflected. Collins chipping it ahead for Carlson, who's offside.
Good look there at number 17, Megan Carlson. Outstanding forward.
Off the free kick, knocked down by the Rebels. Here comes Takala again. Whistle and a foul whistled on Stillwater. Free kick coming for the Rebels.
And even though it's about almost 50-55 yards out with the wind, this could be a dangerous free kick. Get some height on it.
Osseo does just that. Putting it down deep. Good header defensively by Stillwater.
But I love the way Stillwater attacks the ball.
This one will bounce to Johnson, who makes the save.
That's a better shot than you think, because that ball was a little bit difficult to gauge as it was bouncing in.
Ball driven by Haley Nelson down to the Rebels end of the field. Ball loose in the middle and cleared out by Gauthier to midfield. Trapped by Megan Carlson, trying to go back with it and set up a teammate, and driven ahead by Elizondo, and then the header back for Stillwater by Nelson. Played a strong game defensively for the Ponies. Throw in here for Champlin Park. Vanabon getting it in play, too high in her header. And cleared ahead by Stillwater, but out. And another throw in for the Rebels. Now Stillwater trying to attack with Bonilla. Marissa Bonilla, strong first half tonight. Head to Lexi Huber. Huber steps inside the defender, gets it to Bonilla, and then a takeaway from her. Well played by Marshall. Now Carlson trying to get ahead of Nelson, but can't. And again, Haley Nelson back there to play it. Do a great job for Stillwater. Drives it out, but then played ahead by Marshalik, out of play off the Ponies.
Well, that's been a battle the entire match. The two 17s playing each other. Kind of a back and forth.
Iskala trying to get free. Her shot attempt gets blocked, drops it back for Mathis. Feeds it right side for Hardick, trying to drive a shot. And it's off of Andringa now. Throw in for Champlin Park. It's back in for Hardig. So to move in by Mathis, shot away. Oh, and it
my
just
goodness.
went wide.
Needed a little bit of a hook on that one, or that would have gone in just inside the near post.
And Quick was on the far side, but couldn't get to it either to redirect it back.
You'll see it again. This is what makes her so dangerous. Mathis with that kick just missed it. And we saw her against Roseville in the Section 5 championship. She was really potent getting that outside shot.
Play broken up by Lindsey Carlson for Champlin Park. Play ahead now to Quick. Quick up the middle of the field, trying to hit Kala with it. It gets broken up. And it's Haley Nelson that's back there defending. Last line of defense, a senior. Makes another good play. Now it's the middle of the field for Stillwater for Bartosh. That one gets deflected off a Rebels player and out. Throw in Stillwater. Pass missed off the throw in. And the Rebels able to play it out to midfield. Mathis moves it up right side. Kala is there, the freshman, trying to advance the ball. Driving deep, trying to feed Carlson with it. And this one goes off of the Stillwater defender and out. So Pony's looking to clear and instead accidentally hit it off their own player. And that sets up a corner here for Paige Kala and the Rebels.
See if they get some height on this one. They do. Carry it in.
Header by Carlson, but not on net at all, and out of play. And we get a goal kick for Hadley Johnson and Stillwater. Out across midfield with the Rebels in. Huber trying to catch up to it. Elizondo will get there first, playing it back for the keeper Brady. Up the sidelines. On a play, who's it off? Each side pointing
to the other
their directions, and it'll be off the Ponies.
Yeah, referee finally signal throw in for the Rebels.
Goes right back to Stillwater. They get the throw in near midfield. Driven ahead by Folden. Here's Andringa. Finds Bonilla. Deep in the right corner. Huber moving out of there with it. Shot hits the side of the net. Out of play, goal kick, Champlin Park. Just over 28 minutes to play, second half. No score. Throughout so far. Ball comes loose back in the back end for Champlin Park. Rebels trying to get it out of danger. Off a Ponies player here though, and out of play. Throw in for Champlin Park.
And all of a sudden Champlin Park now taking a lead in the throw-in department.
Julia Sullivan in, replacing Izzy Quick for the Rebels. Ponies get it. And a drive on Vandervong, can't, but we will get a corner kick here coming for Stillwater.
Their first of the second half.
You can see how bad that wind is in the corner.
Yeah, the flag is almost over. Oh, nice
good, strong
corner, just
kick,
out of,
but
yeah,
over the net.
Tried to overcompensate for the win, and it went over the net.
Man, impressed with a leg on Dara Andringa, though. She has put him on the money for the most part tonight.
Yeah, their corner takes
corners.
Those corners have been very impressive.
Cleared away by Brady. It comes toward midfield. Whistle and a foul on Stillwater. Yep, Champlin Park free kick. Osseo driving it down the middle of the field. Kala gets a foot on it. Under the foot of Carlson. A lot of white Stillwater jerseys behind her. Carlson is down. Play goes on. Now we'll get the stoppage, and she writhing in pain, holding that left ankle, it looks like, Sig.
It does. Oh, she's definitely in pain. Trainer comes out, tends to her. Well, that would be a huge loss for Champlin Park. You'll see it.
Just kind
looks
of
like she came down hard.
Yeah. How you can do when you're playing soccer or any sport. You can come down on an ankle wrong, basketball or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like her right ankle twisted when she came down.
Coaches were out there immediately. Now the athletic trainer taking a look at Megan Carlson.
Yeah, that's one of their star players. See it one more time. The right foot comes down. Right there. Yeah, it was a left foot. The left foot was twisted.
We'll take an injury timeout here. We're back with more soccer from North St. Paul. No score, Champlin Park and Stillwater.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother. You, your boss, your boss's boss. You, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
And now the ambulance has arrived for Megan Carlson. You saw the first responders out there before. Helped assess the situation, and the hospital called, and now they will come out with the gurney to be able to transport Megan Carlson to the hospital and get the care that she needs. Oh, it's just tough to watch. Sig.
Yeah.
And you could see immediately how much pain she was in. You knew how serious it was.
It was instant.
Immediately.
Instant pain and went down immediately. So from what I could tell earlier, they were definitely putting some splints on to stabilize the ankle.
Coach Pavelka coming back out now to join the medical staff. Megan's family.
To remove all the jackets and blankets that they came out and placed on Megan.
And then they transfer to get her onto the gurney. remaining players have been trying to keep warm. I don't know if we'll have any official warm-up time for the team, Sig, before we resume play in a few moments.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm going to assume that they'll resume play right away, drop the ball and just continue. It's not taking off.
Nice round of applause for Megan Carlson. A 25-minute delay here from her injury to she's going to be loaded into that ambulance and transported. St. John's is the closest hospital. I don't know if that's where she's going, but we wish her a speedy recovery and a full recovery tonight. We can still continue to see the pain that she's in. I'm sure a lot of it is pain, but a lot of it too disappointment of the stage that's happening. You're in the state tournament, you work so hard to get here, and won't be able to continue with your teammates. But
absolutely, a lot of frustration because she wants to play and participate. She knows that she's a valued member of this squad.
We are back and ready to play. Again, speedy recovery for Megan Carlson tonight. Referee ready to go and resume play here. We have 25 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the second half. A scoreless tie. Stillwater and Champlin Park, State AA quarterfinals. One more match to follow here tonight at North St. Paul, and that is Minnetonka and Maple Grove. Another match you'll see here on CCX. So back to play. Whistle and a foul on Stillwater, and a free kick here for Champlin Park. So again for the Rebels and for the Ponies, we'll see how the delay and the Champlin Park, more so the injury to their teammate, affects them going forward here.
Yeah, and even with all the warm-up, you don't get really warm until you actually play the game.
Stillwater trying to attack here. And Dringa playing it to the right side. And onto the foot now of Lindsay Carlson, who's got a play on now with Megan on her way to the hospital. Kala goes down, and the Ponies control the ball. Almost gave it away to Mathis. Turned across midfield. Sullivan has it. Played off of Folden, but kept in play by the Ponies. Here's Bonilla with it, pushing up deep on the right side. It's off of Bonilla, and we have a good goal kick for Champlin Park. It'll be taken by Malia Brady. Header and ball back out to midfield, chipped back ahead by Purdy of Stillwater. Driven deep right side. This will be out of play. Throw in for the Rebels.
And again, Stillwater seems to really anticipate the throw-ins and the goal kicks and gets their takeaways.
Hubert trying to advance it. Ball hooked toward the middle. Dringa's shot gets blocked. Pushes all the way out to the corner. And a play off Lindsay Carlson. Throw in Stillwater. Folden getting it in play. Bonilla puts it out in front. Lines it right at Malia Brady. Brady drives this one deep across midfield. Finally came back to Fredko of Stillwater. Trapped there by Elizondo of Champlin Park across midfield. Ponies return it to the Rebels' end. Bonilla will throw it in. Looking toward Andringa, gets her the ball. And driven out by Champlin Park. Corner coming for Stillwater.
It's 9th corner total for the Ponies. Like I said before, the Champlin Park does not want to give up a lot of these because we've seen Stillwater being very accurate on their shots.
Rachel Folden will take this one. There's it high out top. Shot from out high and just over the net and out of play. Goal kick for Champlin Park. They played it probably a little bit farther out than the Ponies would have liked, but still got a shot away by Amelia Bartosh. And it was high. Quite away on the goal kick by Brady. Here come the Ponies again. Bartosh off on her right onto the foot of Bonilla. Bonilla, a little step in move. Gets blocked there on the wing and well defended by Marshalik. Now Bonilla trying to move inside her again. Passes it out in front and sent back by the Rebels again. But the Ponies persisting and continuing on their attack here in these last 5 minutes.
Yes, but they've been in constant attack mode, like I said, for at least the last 5 minutes.
Played out. They're going to have another corner here for Stillwater. This is Folden on the corner again. Took the last one. Out in front again, a little too far. For the Ponies' liking and out of play. Throw in for Champlin Park.
The Champlin Park now the opportunity to go the other direction.
Mathis gets knocked down, gets it back up, but played by Lundgren of Stillwater. Rebels get it out to midfield. Header there by Nelson. Throw in for Champlin Park by Vanabong. Whistle and a foul on Stillwater.
About 45 yards out. Again, with the wind, this could be a factor. Sends that one low, headed up.
In another quarterfinal round match in Class AA, Lakeville South and Centennial headed to overtime. Will we have overtime? We have 19 minutes to go here in the second half. No score. Stillwater and number 1 Champlin Park. Ponies trying to keep it in play. They did a pretty good job most of the night along the sidelines on ball that seemed like they might go out, as that one just did, of keeping them in play. Oh, well, they're going to give this one actually back to Stillwater, saying it's off the Rebels last. Quick substitution for Stillwater. It'll play. Champlin Park will put this one in. Mathis can't get past Nelson. Now it's onto the foot of Huber. Ahead left side, too far for Strubley, out of play. Throw in Rebels. Mike Huber's team certainly has played well tonight. Definitely argue they've been the better team.
Yeah, I think they've had
most of the night.
Right. Obviously, they've had more ball control. They're doing a super job on the 50-50s and the takeaways. They've been blocking the zones. But the Champlin Park defense has been hanging in there.
Mathis trying to spring free between the defenders. Stops now, puts it back outside. Driving it high and out of play is quick. Goal kick for Hadley Johnson in Stillwater. So we saw that a couple times in the first half from about that same spot on the pitch, and this time it's Izzy Quick of Champlin Park just getting too much leg behind with the wind that's in play. Haley Nelson will put it away.
But that was a good offensive set by Champlin Park. They got the ball moving, they got it up there fast, take it to the outside, and then shoot it back in again. Collision, no foul. There was equal contact.
Lindsey Carlson trying to play it for Paige Kala. Fred Cove gets there first, drives it out for Stillwater. Throw in by Sullivan. Header toward the middle of the field. Johnson gets up and gets the ball just a step ahead of Izzy Quick.
Izzy Quick was right there. She was charging right toward the goal area. She saw that ball going up and knew that could be. Watch this. She sees the opportunity right here. Comes running up just as Johnson pulls it in.
Header by Quick here. But sent by Stillwater toward the sideline. Out of play off of Sullivan. Throw in by Folden. Sullivan goes down and get a whistle and a foul on Stillwater.
That was on Uber.
Gothier now on the free kick. Drive it toward the front of the net. Header by Nelson. Trying to get it for Huber and had knocked down Marshallek. Harding lost her footing there a little bit. They allow Stillwater a chance to play it ahead. Huber gets tripped up.
That's going to be against Champlin Park.
Yeah, she and Elizondo collided. Elizondo gets whistles for the foul here. So a free kick for the Ponies in pretty good position, about 35 yards out. Look at it again. There's the trip. Actually, more like 40 yards out is where they'll send this one up. Set this one up.
Yep, it'll be 41 yards out against the wind.
We've seen a strong leg from Haley Nelson tonight. Puts it toward the front of the net. It's knocked down in front. Ball still loose. Chip shot away and wide. Out of play.
Champlin Park doing a good job on defense that time, reading it. As the ball came in, they just collapsed on the ball and took control.
So best opportunity there for Bartosz. Just couldn't quite get it, and then you could see Andringa managed herself as it wind hooked her shot away. Now they get another opportunity. Shot away, and it's in! A goal for the Ponies.
And this one's going to count. Well, they were storming the goal area, and something had to give, and it finally happened.
Well, Sophia Steble, who we thought had a goal in the first half, Sig, this time does get one. Look at it again. Off the goal kick, it's knocked down, played ahead by Huber. Steble one-times it into the back of the net. Great shot, great play by the Ponies. So Steble's goal with 13:56 to play in the second half has given Stillwater a 1-0 lead. Now Champlin Park coming back. Kala with a shot and a goal.
Wow,
14 seconds apart, and the Rebels have tied it. Paige Kala.
You talk about a turnaround. Champlin Park But that patented passing over theirs penetrates the defense. And then Calno puts it away. Almost the same angle, same shot that the Stillwater had. Look at this breakaway.
Great
keeper
through ball.
Comes out, gets past the keeper and into the open net.
Call with her 18th goal of the season.
Oh, nice move to get around the keeper.
And we are tied at 1.
And the adrenaline's pumping for both sides now.
Is he quick with the assist on the Kala goal? Now here comes Kala trying to set up Mathis, who got turned around.
But Champlin Park will get the throw in.
For Struble, that was her 16th of the season. High for her team. Now here comes Stillwater again, trying to attack. Driven by Andringa to the front of the net, and out comes Brady to make the save.
Stillwater so far in the second half with 5 shots. That was her first shot on goal.
Kala attacking again. Trying to play it for Mathis on the through ball. The Rebels getting a little life after that goal a couple of minutes ago. We're under 12 minutes to play. Out of play and throw in for Stillwater. By Vanabon. To midfield. And played ahead. Left side. Open is Sullivan. Trying to drive on her defender. Steps inside. Drops it back for Kala. Works it to the middle of the field. Trying to drive it toward the net, but too many ponies there, and they break that up. It comes to Lexi Huber. Out to midfield and out.
No question on who has possession, or is that a stoppage for substitution? Trying to get to the outside. It'll be rolled over the end line for a goal kick.
Reminder, you can vote for our Play of the Week, sponsored by Chick-fil-A in Maple Grove. Each week, 4 new plays are nominated from the past week in local prep sports. Go to our website, ccxmedia.org. Go to the Play of the Week under the Sports tab and make your choices. Winners announced each Monday on CCX, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. Back underway here, just over 10 minutes to play, second half. 1-1 tie. Goals coming within a span of 14 seconds. Goal kick coming for Stillwater. We're inside of 10 minutes to go now in regulation.
Well, we expected a close game, and we certainly got one.
Off the goal kick, gets headed by Hardig. Hardig knocks this one down. Ponies got it back. Back up through the midfield, now to the right side. Bonilla drops it back and driven ahead. Back out of the middle of the field, 2 players collide, and they're going to whistle a foul on Stillwater on Maya Notch.
Referee not happy with where that free kick took place. Sets him back a little bit. Here's a good look at Cliff Anderson, center ref for this match.
Osseo on the free kick. Header by Andringa. Drifts toward the corner. It's going to go off of Stillwater. Corner kick, Champlin Park. Hala will go to the corner. Set it up for the Rebels.
And we'll see in games like this, it's usually the set plays that decide the game.
Laney Johnson's back in for Champlin Park, number 14.
Again, a low one, picked off easily by the Stillwater defense. Champlin Park trying to move the ball around, get a offense started.
Hardig to Mathis. That gets broken up by Fred Cove. To midfield. Chipped ahead deep. Elizondo. And a shot away. Save made. Ball still loose in front. And then another stop by Hadley Johnson.
Oh my.
Was deep there along with Delaney Johnson. Neither one able to put it past Hadley Johnson.
Good look at number 4, Mathis. She is so dangerous. Look at this nice shot here. Poked it and just almost, just about got it over the keeper.
Yeah, Mathis and Quick both denied that time by Johnson.
Applied some good pressure. Now we have Stillwater to throw in, moving the ball back up the other direction.
Tony's throw in, and that wind just took it right out of play. Throw in for Champlin Park.
Nice long kick. Ponies drive it right back in and lose it on the touchline.
Rebels throw in to midfield. Teams go back and forth on possession changes here. Johnson turns, leaves it back outside. Lindsey Carlson finally leader to head for Kala, racing to keep up with the ball and catches up to it before it can go out of play. I'll play it to the middle of the field. And played away defensively by Nelson. Ponies trying to mount another attack. Played out by Elizondo, keeping it away from Huber. Stubbley throw in.
Almost a dangerous kick, nothing called.
Ball in the air. Ponies win that. 50-50 ball. Played out toward the sideline, but then a takeaway for Champlin Park briefly, and then out of play, throw in Ponies. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. That one catches the wind and gets knocked down about 20 yards out. Whistle, the foul whistled against Lindsey Carlson.
Yeah, that was not a good idea to push from the back 25 yards out. The referee marching off the customary 12 meters. Set up the wall.
Lexi Huber.
Sizing up the situation, trying to figure out where she's going to place this ball. Probably near the right side.
Rides it high.
Or over.
Out of play.
Stillwater there with a missed opportunity. It's underneath it just a little bit too much, and then right over the top of the net, well over the top of the net. Yep, way over.
Sullivan had to take it away from her, driven across midfield. Mathis looking to catch up with it. Fred Cove is back there defensively. Who's it off? It's going to be off of Mathis. Goal kick for Stillwater. Shot by CJ Fred Cove there.
Yep.
17 makes the play on Mathis. Stillwater play it off the goal kick toward midfield. Comes back to Mathis. Chips a shot right into the hands of Hadley Johnson.
The second half has been the reverse from the first half, where Champlin Park has had more shots and shots on goal. But Stillwater still doing a good job of maintaining control, possessing it.
Johnson trying to get control of the ball, but Folden played it back from her. Now Johnson gets to it. And goal kick coming for the Ponies. I don't think I don't think he ever gets cold. We
no,
might,
I don't think he
does. The fans and our crew might. That guy is always smiling.
Collision, that'll be a foul called against Champlin Park.
Under 2 minutes to go now in the second half. Haley Nelson. Moving deep, headed back by Marshalik. Excuse me, by Gauthier, who sends another one out to Johnson.
Nice
That's
takeaway.
broken up, yep, by the Ponies. Andringa, a little chip it toward the back of that header. Chance goes wide.
Bradley with it. Here comes a punt. Should get some good distance on this one. It's way up in the air.
Header back by Andringa. And a header by Marshalik that Johnson can't control. Comes to Andringa. Ahead for Bonilla. Bonilla trying to step inside the defender. Shot away. Chance in front. Oh, and it's cleared away by Champlin Park. Oh, that was almost in. Gauthier gets the clear on it. Stillwater attacking again. Final seconds. Chip toward the front of the net. Ball still loose. Shot away, and the save by Brady with 45 seconds to play. Brady playing it toward midfield. Knocked down by Stillwater there. Here they come again. Huber on the attack. Huber gets a shot away and sends it wide. Not a play. They are coming in waves here. Under 25 seconds to play.
And they do. Again, they have such an incredible reading for the ball as it comes off the goal kick.
How Mathis able to play it across midfield out of danger, but Champlin Park's not going to get a scoring chance out of this. And we will have overtime. State quarterfinals, both 2 quarterfinal round matches, one here, one at Farmington, going to overtime to decide a winner. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Overtime next. Stillwater 1, Champlin Park 1. More State Girls Soccer from North St. Paul after this.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Sophia Steble scoring for Stillwater. Just under 14 minutes to play, and 14 seconds later, Paige Collins ties it up for Champlin Park, and we are 1-1 headed to overtime. And as you look at your goal scorers, already had one overtime winner tonight, Centennial defeating Lakeville South by a score of 2-1 in a quarterfinal round game at Farmington High School. 2 10-minute overtimes. If there's no scoring, we go to a shootout. But any goal results in the end of the match. There's no continuing to play on as we do during the regular season. As you look at the rules there. We had a shootout last year, Sig, in this round when we did a quarterfinal round match between the teams we're going to see in a little while here. Maple Grove and Minnetonka went to a shootout out at Prior Lake High School with the Skippers winning that night to advance and eventually win the state championship. Foul whistled there against Stillwater, and a free kick coming for Champlin Park. So they will have the wind behind them for this first 10 minutes and hoping to take advantage of it, as they certainly didn't have many scoring chances at all in that first half of play when they were going into the wind, whereas Stillwater had a few here in this second half tonight going into the wind. Pass ahead comes to Mathis, but just off her foot. Oof, he would have been clear, but it rolls to Johnson on a good pass ahead by Julia Sullivan.
Well, she wishes that we're coming back and get a better shot at it. She is just
just couldn't control it.
Right, she's just a fire plug. Knows how to read that defense and make the penetration.
And her head goes too high for Rachel Folden. Onto the foot of Cowell, trying to drive it back down to the Ponies' end again. Stillwater moves it back to midfield. Marshallek turning, feeds it to Sullivan. Played off of her foot. And ahead comes Marissa Bonilla. Bonilla gets around Sullivan. Lindsey Carlson trying to cut her off. And it's off Bonilla. Carlson throws it in. Here's Bonilla again. Cross it out in front. Ball is loose. Oh, and just wide. Stillwater gets a scoring opportunity.
What a golden opportunity that was. Here, see it again. Just off to the side.
Steble, who scored earlier, just couldn't redirect it. Now trying to get it again. Played away from her by Elizondo. Out of play, throw in Stillwater. Ponies trying to build off that little momentum of that goal scoring chance. But now the Rebels take it away. Play it out to midfield. Mathis ahead, trying to play it through to Sullivan. Fredko drives it out of play. Throw in for Stillwater, or excuse me, for Champlin Park. Rebels get it right back in play. Again, the Rebels lost their All-Metro midfielder Megan Carlson in the second half, midway through the second half, with what appeared to be a serious ankle or lower left leg injury. Went to the hospital, and each team scored once after that, and we are in overtime, tied at 1 with 6:29 to go. Out of play, throw in Ponies. Good battle along that sideline. Stillwater, he really battling those 1v1 or 1v2 that time. And
yeah, they're
still able to keep possession. And another throw in.
They've been doing a terrific job of that the entire match.
Trying to get it to Huber, who's it off of this time? I'm going to say it's off of Stillwater, and it's a goal kick for Champlin Park. Ball knocked down near midfield. Sullivan plays it ahead. And played out by Stillwater ahead of Mathis. Throw in for Sullivan and Champlin Park. Mathis trying to get to the ball. Played off it by Folden, out of bounds. Another throw in for the Rebels. Stillwater will send it back toward midfield. Knocked down by Kala, but Stillwater getting it. And chipped ahead by Lindsey Carlson. Whistle and a foul on Stillwater. Might be a card here. A little too strong on the argument.
Yeah.
And a yellow card for Rachel Folden.
I think she's just going to get a talking to.
No card, you think?
No. If she keeps arguing, she's going to get one.
You're right, Sig. No card. Just a stern warning.
That's a little more than a warning, but.
Yeah, she extended that right arm, and that's what the referee saw. Sullivan got pushed away there.
Yeah.
Now Sullivan on the free kick. Will hook it toward the front of the Ponies' net. Ball is loose. Folden will get there first, out of play. Throw in for Stillwater. Down to 4:24 to play here in the first overtime. They come into Huber. Mathis comes over and takes it away. And driven off her foot by Andringa across midfield. Champlin Park that gets possession all because of the play made by Melee Mathis. Marshalik playing it to the middle of the field. At Stillwater, Steble played it. Now it's onto the foot of Bonilla. Trying to lead Andringa with a pass. Right side, too far for her. Off of the Rebels, throw in for Stillwater by Andringa. Into Huber, trying to chip it ahead to Bonilla. Off of Champlin Park. Throw in comes. Lindsey Carlson to boot it out. Knocked down by Mathis. Now Andringa. She'll get a throw-in attempt. That ball was last touched by Sullivan. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Overtime, headed out of play. Cold night to be a cheerleader. Saw them on the sideline a moment ago. You got to move to keep warm. You might as well cheer, right?
That's true. If you can't play, cheer.
2:25 to go. Out of play, and a goal kick coming for Champlin Park. Now trying to win this, obviously, with some urgency, trying to get it in this first overtime and not take your chances going into the win in the second half. Mathis can't get to it. And again, it's Haley Nelson that's back there for Stillwater. Now onto Sullivan's foot. Drives it up the middle of the field. Nelson knocks it back. And Dringa. And driven ahead by Folden.
Sorry about that. I was going to say Nelson's had a standout game.
Johnson can't get it to Kala. And Nelson again will send it deep. Too far for Huber. And Gauthier gets it out of there for Champlin Park. Shot toward the net and right at Malia Brady. And a strong shot from Dara Andringa. .1:15 to go in the first overtime. Out of play. Throw in for Champlin Park. Under a minute to go now. Annabong slow to get up. So she'll walk it off and stay in here and get the throw in for the Rebels. Folden plays it down deep for the Ponies. Chipped ahead, knocked down, shot away, and it'll go wide of Brady in the Champlin Park net. Another 20 seconds to go. Brady will leave it for Gauthier. It's ahead. Kala will drive it back toward midfield, and we will switch ends and have a second 10-minute overtime. We'll stay right here. The teams do that. That wind does not seem to have let up much at all, Sig.
No, it doesn't.
There have been times where I thought, well, it's a little better, and then you look again, and it's just as fierce as it seemed to have been before the match, if not worse. There you go. There's a great look right there.
Yeah, bending the flag down on the corner. There you just see the flag. Allegedly, it was supposed to be letting down by sundown, but I think they lied. It's still blowing strong. We switched ends. Keepers are ready, and we're back in action.
Clock is running. Second half underway. On the steal by Stillwater's Naya Dobier. Stillwater looking to attack early here in this second overtime. Rebels keep it away from Huber. Marshallek turns, trying to get it to Quick. Missed on that pass. Huber battling with Marshallek and played out to midfield by Champlin Park. Mathis doesn't have a lot of help with her right now. Stops, plays it to her outside. And driven toward midfield by Stillwater. Headed back toward the Rebels' end. At midfield. And North St. Paul has been a nice host for us tonight. Stillwater trying to win it on the Polars field. Somewhere, Sig here at North, Minnetonka and Maple Grove are waiting.
Yeah,
presumably in the warmth of a locker room somewhere.
Well, I've been looking down the field. They're standing outside the gate watching this game.
Throw in coming for Champlin Park. Izzy Quick will take a moment to catch her breath.
Yeah, Marshallek was going to come off. She was hobbling when she came up a few minutes ago. She's running off gingerly, but
Lady Johnson in for her. 8 minutes to play, second overtime. Again, First goal, if we get one, wins. Otherwise, we go to a shootout. Throw in ponies. Header back to the middle of the field. Little confusion on the back end for Champlin Park, but they recover and played out of danger. Quick gets there a step ahead of Notch. Out to midfield. Played ahead, skipped past Andringa. Chance for Bonilla, heads it down. Played by Elizondo away. Bonilla trying to drive on the ball, and it comes to Malia Brady, who scoops it up. .6:45 to go in the second overtime. Huber on the right side of Bonilla. Bonilla moving in toward the goal, playing right out in front. Oh, and a great stop by Vanavog in front.
Wow. That was a bullet. Vanavog was right there to block it and get a corner kick.
Watch number 7 in blue,
right
and
there.
right in the right spot. Didn't Amelia Bartosh, a scoring opportunity. Rebels drive it out of danger toward midfield. Ponies keep it in play. Whistle and a foul on Stillwater. I think for either team, you'd just assume win it here. You know, anything can happen in a shootout. As much as you may think your goalie is the best, rather try to win it here on the field of play in regulation.
Yeah, win it outright.
Off of the Rebels, throw in for Bonilla and the Ponies. Huber being marked up by Hardig there. Back to Bonilla, taken away from her nicely by Gauthier. Here comes Sullivan for Champlin Park. Off her foot, taken by Notch. Played down right side for Stillwater. Trying to get it to Huber and take it away by Johnson.
Yeah, they've been doing a pretty good job of double teaming Huber, not giving her too many shots.
And not here, not in the second half or overtime compared to first half opportunities.
Yeah, they've been marking her quite well.
Driven up in the air, trying to get the ball to Mathis, who knocks it down. Able to get back to her teammate Sullivan. Off of the Rebels, throw in for Stillwater. 4:20 to play in the second overtime. Andringa with it. Dara Andringa looking for a teammate, trying to feed it through to Bartosh. That got broken up. Rebels play it up to the middle of the field. That's last touch by Stillwater. Quick throw in for Champlin Park. I'll get another one. Champlin Park, 3:25 to go. Ball played ahead, but nobody there in a Rebels jersey, and Fred Cove able to turn and drive it, but Sullivan gets to it for the Rebels. Can't quite connect with Mathis on the pass. They'll get another try on a throw-in.
It's just uncanny how Stillwater can track down those throw-ins and shots to get the turnovers foul called against Champlin Park.
Opportunity perhaps for the Ponies here with 2:40 to play in the second overtime. Again, it's Haley Nelson that'll take this one. Drives at a good 40 yards into some traffic. And sent by Sullivan out of play. Another Ponies throw in. So go to the Rebels with under 2 minutes to go now here in the second overtime. A shootout looming.
Yep, we're down to crunch time in the second overtime.
Throw in by the Ponies. Nice little turn on the ball. Stillwater, dangerous, and out comes Brady to scoop it up ahead of Andringa. Header by Sullivan. Mathis kept it in play. Misplayed a little bit by Fredko, allows Mathis to get to it, but only for a moment, and it's driven off her foot. Here's Andringa for Stillwater. And that's broken up by Gauthier. 1 minute to go in the second OT.
Handball. Yep.
Gives Champlin Park a free kick.
And an opportunity for maybe the final attack if they can maintain control.
Trying to get it ahead to Mathis. Fredko, and then it's deflected by Delaney Johnson.
Wow, that ball has some backspin on it.
Mathis will drive it toward, trying to get it to Collin, broken up nicely by Johnson. Under 20 seconds to play. Delaney Johnson to the outside. Wind carries that one out of play, and we are going to go to a shootout. Neither team even bothering to go to get to that ball. And
I don't think they're have enough energy to do that.
We'll take another break, and then we'll come back. Shootout soccer in the cold at North St. Paul. What's better on a Tuesday night? We're back with more state soccer on CCX after this.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Teams are out on the field getting ready for the shootout. So much pressure, Sig, on the goalies and the shooters.
Oh, yeah, huge pressure on both ends.
We will have a winner in just a few minutes. The team will get up to 5 kicks. You know, if one team obviously goes ahead 3-0, then it'll end there. But if we're still tied at the end of 5 kicks, then we alternate until we have a round with a winner. Officials going over the rules, the referees, with both Hadley Johnson and Leah Brady.
It looks like that each team has set up their 5-and-5.
Stillwater will shoot first. And Lexi Huber, junior captain, will step up here. She'll get the first opportunity for Stillwater on Malia Brady.
And again, it's a guessing game. You go, keeper goes left or right, assuming that they can outguess the kicker. We're all set, and here it comes.
Huber's shot is in, and Stillwater strikes first in the shootout. Paige Kala will be up first for Champlin Park. We'll look at it again. Nicely placed by Huber, just up and over Brady.
That's exactly what you want to do. If you hit that upper left or upper right corner, there's no way the keeper's going to get there.
Gauss tied the game in the second half with a goal. And she scores. Beats Hadley Johnson to that right side of the net. And we're tied up at 1 after 1 round.
Same thing. Just inside the far post. No way the keeper's going to get there.
CJ Fredkove up next for the Ponies. Sophomore defender. And the save made. Brady didn't have to move a lot on that one.
Oh, she stepped over about 2 steps and took it right in.
Advantage for the moment to Champlin Park. Guessed right? Can it,
yes, she did.
Yeah, it drifted to her left.
You can't complain about the kick. It was a decent kick, but the keeper guessed the right direction.
Here's Grace Marshallek for Champlin Park. And just past Johnson and in, and it's 2-1 Rebels through 2 rounds.
Pretty shot, just inside the far post.
Dara Andringa up next. And just beats Brady inside that far post. We're tied up at 2. Almost got a hand on that, but nicely played.
Pretty.
And just over the hand of Malia Brady. Big one by Dara Andringa to tie it at 2. Lauren Gauthier next.
Trying to make it 3.
Drives it to the other side. Everybody, first shooter, 5 shooters had all gone to that right side. Gauthier says, I'll pick left. And a great shot. Put it up high. And drives it just past the hand of Hadley Johnson and in. So through 3 rounds, the Rebels lead 3-2. Now here's Sophia Steble. Scored the lone goal tonight for Stillwater. Steble's shot is in, rockets it into the back of the net. 3-3.
Nicely placed.
Julia Sullivan up next for the Rebels. Sullivan's shot is in. 4-3 Champlin Park.
And now it gets big.
Now, if this one does not go in for Haley Nelson, the Rebels win and advance to the state semifinals. Stillwater has to get a goal and then a save to keep this shootout going. Nelson shot just past Malia Brady. Stillwater alive for the moment, but a chance How about this? Lindsey Carlson, a chance to win it.
Wow.
Sister Megan, who went out earlier with the injury. We'll get the chance here. And there we go. And Carlson scores! And Champlin Park advances to the state semifinals.
Boy, talk about down to the wire. Sullivan, Carlson getting that kick just past the keeper.
They win the shootout 5-4, and officially the match 2-1, and they advance to US Bank Stadium next Monday morning at 8 o'clock to take on either Maple Grove or Minnetonka. What a match.
It was something. It was tight all the way. I think Stillwater actually controlled the game better. They had more chances, but Champlin Park came back, stood their ground on defense, and then takes it in the shootout.
And you see the reaction from the Rebels girls, and what a roller coaster night of emotions for them. Two of the best players go out with an injury. They fall behind and then come right back and tie it, and then they finally win it here in a shootout. Their first state tournament appearance, already a thrill, and now they'll get a chance to play some more next week.
Absolutely. Moving into the semifinals. The tough match. They worked hard and came away with a victory. Stillwater had a great season. They really played well in this match.
Yeah, it's such a heartbreaking loss for the Ponies have played so well. And as we talked about during the second half, really were the better team for much of the match. But Champlin Park prevailed and made the most of their opportunities in the end. They win the shootout, and so they will move on to next week. Stillwater ends up with a 16-4 record on another great season for the Ponies. That will do it for our telecast tonight. More soccer coming on CCX, Maple Grove and Minnetonka. Go to our website for the replay times of that, ccxmedia.org. But for all of our crew and for Sig Ligry, I'm John Jacobson. Final score in a shootout. The Champlin Park Rebels advance to the state semifinals 2-1 over Stillwater.